Hey, I'm George.
And I'm Jacob.
Welcome to J&J's Lowdown.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's an interesting Tech Tuesday because we're a little bit of tech, a little bit of medical, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit of mixture of what's going on in the world today and how it applies to the technology of what's happening.
Yeah. Well, and so first and foremost, I want to talk about this as something interesting. Netflix, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Netflix made this movie, I think the end of 2018, called Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
Apparently it's this interactive movie. It was kind of this thing that Netflix, I've never heard of an interactive movie. I think
they've got some out.
Really? Mm-hmm. So I had never heard of them before this. I think I had seen something, but like I really didn't know what they meant by interactive. And so apparently Netflix is being sued by ChooseCo, who owns the Choose Your Own Adventure trademark originally owned by Bantam.
Right.
Bantam Books. And so Netflix is now asking the courts to say, hey, stop this whole thing where Choose Your Own Adventure trademark because it's a silly thing.
Except that they made a movie where you get to choose the path that the movie takes.
Yeah, but see what Netflix is saying is that Choose Your Own Adventure has become a common phrase now.
Yeah.
Like they have judge sightings. Like not sightings like SIGHT, but
right.
CITES.
Right.
Yeah. So what they've done is they've handed over this paperwork showing where judges in the past have actually cited the Choose Your Own Adventure line phrase.
Yeah,
in court docs and in judgments and stuff. So it's become this phrase that everybody uses. It's kind of like trying to trademark y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all. You can't trademark it anymore.
I wish I could, and then somebody could pay me. I don't know. I just charge them $10 every time they said y'all.
Every time they said y'all?
Yeah, I'd go to the Dixie Classic Fair and set up and make a killing.
Oh yeah. Just start like paying people with stuff. Like you've been charged. You remember Demolition Man, where it's like you've been fined 1 credit for the verbal morality code. Yeah. So Netflix is saying at this point, Choose Your Own Adventure has become a phrase meaning anytime you make choices and then can go back and forth to see what happens.
Right.
It's become a common thing, so much so that it is no longer trademarkable.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm in full agreement with. I think at this point, Choose Your Own Adventure has been around for so long that it's no longer true. I mean, it's like with drugs. After a certain point, you can't stop people from making generic versions. It's the same principle.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. So, but that's what Netflix is going through right now. I think they're going to win.
They'll win. I mean, I don't see any issues in that.
Well, and ChooseCo has been fighting with this for years. They even sued Chrysler for using Choose Your Own Adventure in their marketing for a car years back.
You may not choose your own car. You will pay me.
I don't remember what car. I meant to look it up to find out exactly what. I think it was an SUV they made that says "Choose Your Own Adventure," like was one of the taglines.
I feel like ChooseCo is really trying to play Monopoly in this whole thing, and they're trying to say you do not collect $200. You get to go directly to jail.
All right, we're going to move on now. Sometimes he says stuff, and I have no response other than let's just move past this.
Moving forward.
I love the red and blue today.
Yeah, it matches well.
I know, it was nice.
And Duke is playing state tonight.
That's right.
They're actually 35 minutes in the game.
And we are wearing the colors of who we would want to pull for because I hate Duke and he loves Duke. So of all the people to be a Duke fan, it's this guy. You think he'd know better?
Yeah, as we talk, I have to keep up with the game.
That's funny. So next on our list. So this channel, one of the things we said in the beginning is we did not want to be political, and we are not.
No.
But I want to talk about one of the worst things that's happened in recent years, and that's the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now, by that, I'm not saying the coronavirus is the worst virus that's ever occurred.
No, not by any means.
But it is the worst social media virus I think we've ever had.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is social media presence is at an all-time high. I mean, I think it's probably going to get worse over time, but social media has become this thing that people jump to get answers.
Right.
And the coronavirus has caused misleading ads and people gouging prices.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's
taking advantage of people as well.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. And so, finally some companies have started kind of fighting back against the tide of misinformation that's floating across the internet. and it's a huge thing in technology.
Yeah.
That it's caused, the shortage on the Switch. Apple's closed their shops. Adidas and McDonald's closed. You've got who else closed? I mean, Starbucks closed their doors. In China, not here, but in China, McDonald's, Starbucks, Apple's closed down factories.
The famous museum in Paris has closed.
Yeah, the Louvre. That's right.
Is
the Louvre.
Closed.
There's a list of things that have closed because of this in China and overseas, and it's affected tech. Switch shortages, Apple closing. Tim Cook's finally said though that he's going to reopen.
Good.
So Apple is bringing their factories back. So I think it's time for us to mention a few things and kind of talk about what's going on in the world of tech and social media. For instance, Facebook is banning misleading virus ads.
As they need to.
Right. I think Facebook is, especially with them being a social media giant.
Sure. Well, they can easily go in and make their proxy settings to filter anything that anyone says.
Which they do to a degree because they did all the political stuff a while back. So they're banning these misleading virus ads, things that including Instagram, their Instagram stuff. No more content on fake cures and prevention methods. I need to stop doing my finger because it looks goofy on camera. I've seen it in the videos and I laugh about it every time. And then I see myself doing it and I'm like, I am a goofy person.
One, ha 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 ha. Two, ha ha ha.
You're going to get us sued by Disney or something.
No.
Or Sesame. Is that Sesame Street? Yeah, the Count. Street. How many times must I tell you? Yeah. But anyway, misleading claims about available health resources is another big one, and they're banning this kind of content, and they're actually canceling their F8. I had to make sure I was saying it right. I couldn't remember if it was F8 or G8, but their F8 developer conference due to virus concerns, or they're canceling their being in the F8.
Right.
And then other companies are also banning content. Amazon is blocking over 1 million products. Over 1 million products after they made misleading cure or prevention claims.
1 million.
The amount of references that have been in this,
I know, they're great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, if people are able to keep up with them, and then maybe y'all can pick up and know who they are.
We should actually that's what we should do in the comments. You should try to tell us all the different references that we do.
Yes,
we should have a list of them that we try to get in.
Yeah.
And see if everybody can get them right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. And if you do, I don't know, we'll send you something. I don't know. It may just be a picture of me going, hey.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that one.
This is a family show.
It is still. Well, let's keep it a family show.
That's right. It's just going to be a picture of me doing this, and I'll sign it.
Okay.
Maybe eventually, if you get all the references, we may do something cool. We'll pin your comment, obviously.
Yeah,
because that'll be a lot of fun, and maybe we'll I don't know, send you a special video or something. I don't know. Of us I don't know, something family oriented. We'll figure it out. If y'all got some ideas, send it in the comments. I don't know. Great. Especially for our challenge videos, we could send them a bag of the snacks or something.
Yeah.
I got something in my eye. Anyway, but they're also Amazon. Let's get back to the task at hand. Amazon's also removing thousands of products, thousands of deals for price gouging.
Which they should. That's ridiculous. People taking advantage over what I like to call society freakouts.
Yeah, well, face masks, gloves, wipes and things like that, like sanitation stuff, the prices have gone insane. Now, some of the stuff hasn't been removed. There's actually a couple websites that have been kind of going over what has and has not been removed.
Yeah.
But I think really they're doing such a fantastic job. Tens of thousands of products. Millions of products have been removed. No one is perfect.
Yeah. And you can here's the best way to look at it. The government's going to make their money on an antivirus and some medication well before Amazon. Just so that you understand, if anybody sells you a cure on Amazon, you might as well understand that it come from the government's going to make it well before them. So don't buy the cure to coronavirus on Amazon. That's
we were not supposed to go political with this. Now I've got to clip that whole thing out.
No. I'm just. It doesn't matter what party the government is. I'm telling you, the government as a whole is going to make the money. The pharmaceutical companies, I assure you, will make money, and then the government in return makes the money off their taxes.
Yeah,
So there you have it.
But yeah, I mean, so back to what we were saying. Amazon's making. What did you just drop in my water?
Coronavirus. I have the cure though that I'll sell you for $10,000.
Oh Lord! You just dropped coronavirus in my drink.
Yeah. Now I'll put a little Lyme disease in with it.
I don't know. Probably counteract.
You think it would?
Yeah. Did you ever watch the show Supernatural?
Somewhat.
Okay, well there was so the four horsemen were in there at one point. One of them was pestilence, makes disease.
Yeah.
And he was like mixing a cocktail on this lady of like everything from dengue fever to chicken pox.
Right.
And, it was terrifying. I think that's what the world kind of does that though with these viruses, because coronavirus. Okay, we're going to go ahead and say it is a disease that is deadly. Mm-hmm. I think currently
2%.
We're hearing 2%. Somebody told me 0.2%.
Yeah, but it's really
which technically 0.2% is double the flu.
Yeah,
the standard flu. Mm-hmm. And the coronavirus, I looked this up, is the same. SARS was a type of coronavirus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The one that's out now, of course, is the COVID-19, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just another one in there. The MERS, MERS, was another version of the coronavirus.
The H1N1, I don't think.
No, it's not part of it. No, those aren't as far as I'm aware. Now, and here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you the best bit of information you're probably ever going to hear regarding anything. Coronavirus, SARS, whatever. The best thing you can do is what the news outlets should be telling you, but I don't know why a lot of them aren't. Go to the World Health Organization's website. Whose
website?
They have prevention methods. They have sanitation methods. They have accurate, up-to-date, current news on the coronavirus. They keep it up to date. They're currently working in China. I mean, they were on the ground in Wuhan as soon as it started.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want the accurate information, you want the information that you should be getting, that you should be following, true prevention and possible cure, that's where you go.
Yeah, who's the one? And you can always look at CDC, and which is, I mean, who's world renowned. Mm-hmm. CDC's just kind of United States, but they interact with who.
Yeah, they're working with them on this. So
and so don't be stupid.
Yeah, well, don't play into the media hype.
Right.
And that's what we wanted to talk about in this. So many people see, their friends post this thing on Facebook and it goes viral, which is why coronavirus is a terrible virus, a social media virus.
Right.
These things go viral and people are like, oh my God, it's killing 100 people, or it's so deadly it's going to hit here. There's been a reported case here, a reported case there, 10,000 cases here. When really all they have to do is take the 5 minutes I took before this video to go to the WHO website
and just read.
And literally, when I went on there, what do you do if you're going to a foreign country?
Yeah.
WHO's got an entire list of sanitation stuff.
Exactly.
What's going on in these countries, in this area?
Yeah.
They tell you. And that's where I would suggest going. That's going to be my head of advice for anyone watching our video, and I hope a whole lot of people watch this and see this about the coronavirus, because I think it's very important that people realize that's where you need to go to learn this stuff.
Go on Facebook, post your selfie in Wuhan, and take the preventive measures.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, and that's Wait, go to Wuhan.
There you go.
It took me a second. I'm like, in Wuhan? No, you don't want to go to Wuhan. I mean, if you're going to travel, and here's
surviving.
You know what I actually learned on there?
What?
On the WHO's website, the guy that got it in Washington.
Yeah.
He had no known travel.
No known travel. So that would be the first community spread.
Yeah. And
they haven't been able to track down yet how it was spread. But yeah. So they've had 6 now in Washington.
They're talking about shutting down schools and stuff too. But you can find all this information on the World Health Organization
Washington
website.
State, by the way.
Yeah, Washington State.
Not DC.
But I want to thank y'all for watching. I know we kind of went a little overboard on the coronavirus, but it's a big deal right now because of tech.
Yeah.
You made light of a terrible situation, which is as you are wont to do.
Always look to the positive.
Well, sometimes you have to realize that, if you can't take a minute to kind of get away from I would say tragedy, but just kind of step away from it and realize that there is some humor to be found, especially if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a coronavirus in my drink.
Yeah.
But I love this cup, by the way. I'll talk about that in the gaming video if you want to watch. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. Definitely check out the Who's website.
Yep.
I will post a link in the comments below so you don't get sent to the wrong one, because you can also get sent to the Who, as in like the music.
Yeah.
People, if you look up the wrong thing in Google, I did that.
Yep.
So
you gotta make sure to like, subscribe down below,
comment,
Yep.
select the little bell icon, let you know whenever we post videos. Definitely check out our Twitch and Twitter. We got a lot of stuff coming on both. Twitter, I've had some issues with posting for whatever reason. It won't post certain clips. I'm working on it. It's my phone more than anything else. But I gotta get a new one. But the S20 apparently is rough. There's been some issues with its camera. Like the 100x space zoom is apparently a gimmick. It looks terrible. I've seen pictures. I mean, the camera looks great.
It's all pixelated and grainy.
It's like you can tell it's faked out.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it messes with your faces and makes the shading and stuff. It's no good. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. See you on Thursday.
Take care.